Guys, I'm here with Natalie, Ilya, John, and Jason. Yeah. They all did blow before this, so if they're all over the place. John's my hometown friend. John, how long have we known each other?
15.
Oh, shit. Wow, that's actually crazy.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other for like 15 years.
15 years.
What's remarkable about John is he went to high school with me. We were in the same grade, but he's 4 years older than me. Because the way it works. I mean, you can explain this better than anybody. How old are you currently?
I am 26.
I'm 24. Isn't that fucking crazy?
All right.
And what happened?
I was held back when I moved over here. All right, I was already advanced, and then
he says that. What do you mean you were already advanced?
What?
What kind of, you were
like I was already
you were
in third
so
grade.
advanced. They were like,
yeah,
yo, slow this guy down.
Grade. Yes.
What do you mean?
What?
When I moved, I was in like second or whatever grade.
Yeah.
And then when I moved here, I moved at that weird time where like, oh, we can't put you in the next grade, so we'll just hold you back.
Yeah, you always used to tell us that your mom put you in the wrong grade.
No, it's not my mom.
Was that just a way to make it easier for
Bro,
us?
do you think she knows, hey, what grade is your son that I have not seen for 5 years? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a language barrier?
What?
It wasn't a language barrier.
I did not understand a single word you just said.
We'll translate underneath for John.
What?
Sometimes we'll freeze frame and we'll just be like, what John meant to say. Because I agree, that's making no sense. Let me explain this. John did a lot of things backwards. He obviously was in the wrong grade. He got circumcised when he was like 19.
Wait.
All right, I want to talk about this because this is one of my favorite memories ever, I think, with all of you, including with John. There was one night we were all sitting around and we got these chocolate mushrooms. Everybody was really terrified to take them. Like, nobody wanted to take them. Ilya hated the idea. And I think, Jason, you took the lead and you were just like, fuck this.
They came in a really nice package, first of all. And back in my day, you'd have mushrooms in like a bag and you'd have to sit and chew them, and they were like super gross. So this looked like really refined, you know? So I was like, oh, how bad can it be?
Before I even get into you doing shrooms, earlier that day we went on a hike and you had the fucking worst time.
Yeah, so all of us went to Runyon, and then it was Ilya's idea. I just wanted to take the short, long rampway on the side. The first hump, I was like, I'm not going to make it. And then the second hump came in, I'm like, I'm definitely not going to make it. And then after the third hump, Ilya was just like, Ilya was with me. All right, he stuck with me like the entire time. He was like, kept telling me like, oh, you got this. Like, one more hump. And then, bro, after the fourth one, I'm like,
this doesn't sound like a hike. Ilya was with you, asking for one more hump?
Yeah, because, like, Alex and Mike, they were like, Alex has a fucking broken hip, and he was, like, up the hill. Mike is fat as fuck. He's still up the hill.
Yeah.
I was struggling. Like, Jason, I had no idea. Like,
No,
I
know.
thought there was something wrong
And then
with
you
me.
passed out.
I think
Remember you passed out on the
Yeah.
hill when I was humping you?
Didn't he puke?
Dude, no, I was close
Yeah.
I was so close to puking, but I
thought
didn't
he did
puke.
puke.
No, you
no,
did.
No, he didn't puke. He passed out.
I, like, legit-
literally, like,
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
closed.
Oh, we have a
passed
video.
out.
He was literally slowly passing out.
Yeah, I was literally, like, bro, my heart was, like, out my chest, like, feeling like
So
it was terrible.
So even then, your morning started off horribly, and then at night you're tripping on shrooms. And I remember I was driving that day, so I wasn't doing anything that they were doing. And John, like 45 minutes into his trip, starts fucking panicking, like the worst trip I've ever seen. And he's like, everyone's like, because I was like kind of sitting outside of the circle, and they're all sitting around and just like having such a good time, like just like watching a music video. And John's in the fucking corner, and he has a water bottle in his hand, and he's like rocking back and forth, like in the dark, and he's having like the worst trip.
It was just a lot of people, and I just kept looking at Jason, and he was having a good time. I wanted to match his level.
I felt so bad.
I wanted so hard.
I was
having
having the best time, and you walked up to me and you were like, I just see darkness. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah. But, like, everybody went out to the bonfire like pit at that old house, I remember, and I was in your bedroom with John, and we were walking, and the whole house was dark because we didn't want the lights to be too bright or whatever. And I remember we were walking from the hallway, and John was clinging on to me like this, like for dear life.
Yes,
and I was
remember.
like, it's gonna be okay.
Like, I felt the safest to like Natalie for some reason. I was scared of Tay the most.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa, why Taylor?
I have no clue, because she would always be like trying to like, John, do you need anything? And she'd fucking up here. I'm like, why? Like, and I told her, like, Tay, don't stand behind me.
I just want to give you some water.
It was bad. And then
it was so bad.
It got so bad where I was like, John, let's fucking go. Like, I'm
we
going to
had to
drive
leave.
you.
Get you out of here.
Let's get
Yeah.
you to some like beautiful lights. So I was like, come to my car. We're going to go drive down to Sunset. We're going to look at lights.
Yeah.
You'll love it. You'll have fun. So we got in the car and fucking Dumb and Dumber, Ilya and Jason come running out, bro. They just had their flip-flops on. They're like, where are you going? Like, literally this, like a scene out of Wolf of Wall Street, like when he's on Quaaludes and he's like stumbling out of his Lamborghini. And I'm like, Ilya, Jason, go. You guys are too loud for John. I'm going to go take it for a
Why
ride.
did we get in the car?
Because we didn't want to be left alone.
Oh yeah,
There was
we,
literally like 10 other people.
There was so many people in the house.
we thought there was going to be like some crazy
Some
David.
fun,
I mean,
yeah.
to be honest, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's gonna be some cool David venture. Like when you go out, it's
Right.
always fun. You always find good stuff.
We got in the car and
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you guys, okay, just fucking shut up. And they hopped back, they hopped in the back seat, and we got down to the bottom of my hill. And I wrote in my phone, and I sent it back to Ilya, and I said, this car ride is for John, not for you. Shut the fuck up. And then I think Ilya like read it out loud or something.
No. I wrote back in the notes. I said, "You are a pussy."
And then he threw us out. He threw
And
us
then
out.
I
of the car.
pulled over at the gas station. I said, get the fuck out. And
Yeah.
I didn't think John was going to agree with me at the time, but he was so fucked up where he was like, Ilya, Jason, leave now. And then what did I do? Like, I took John to Sunset Boulevard. He's fucking tripping balls. Like, having the worst trip of his life. I feel so bad. I'm like, I can't believe we're here. And we get to Saddle Ranch. I get him cotton candy. And we're just parked. And under where you can park, they have these string lights all around the parking structure. So, like, we're sitting in my Tesla, and he's just looking at the lights. I'm playing calm music. I have the fireplace on in the Tesla, and it's like really vibey. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm calming him down. Like, you're at this point. How are you?
I was getting calmer.
Yeah.
I was definitely calmer because it was just like I remember before going in that car, like my eyes. Every time I look at my eyes, were like holy fuck, they were like black. Like everyone's eyes were black. Like I can't stress enough. Everyone's eyes were black, blue, black, yellow, black. It doesn't matter. They were all black.
And I finally got him to calm down. So I was like, let's drive back. And on our drive back, we're going through Hollywood Boulevard, and we hit traffic. Like, fucking the worst traffic I've ever seen on Hollywood Boulevard. We're parked right outside the Chinese theater. So I'm like, this isn't the worst place to be stuck because the lights are beautiful.
Yeah.
John can look around. He still has a bunch of cotton candy left. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
So I go and sit on the hood of my car like I'm in Perks of Being a Wallflower because the traffic's so bad. So I'm like, I'm just going to sit on the hood of my car and show John that the vibes are fun. And all of a sudden, a fucking police helicopter starts circling like Hollywood Boulevard, just right above us, and shining the light like at our car and his car. John's looking at me like with the popcorn. He's like, yo, what's going on? And like he's slowly falling back into. I'm like, dude, it's chill. They're probably filming something or something's going on, whatever. Yeah. And then the girl in front of me, she's like sitting in a Camaro. She hops out of the car. And she goes, oh my God, David, hi. And she like freaks out and says hi. And I'm like, what's going on? And then she like snaps out of being excited to see me, like this, like goes from being excited to being like really scared. And she goes, oh, and she tells me what's going on, like super panicked. And I sit back into the car. I go back into the car after she tells me what's going on. And John's like, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing. Everything's fine. And I'm sitting in the car with him. And now police cars are circling the area, like on Hollywood Boulevard. And they're putting caution tape over the area where we're parked with our car. And John's like, what's going on? Seriously, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm going to tell you. But you can't freak out. Promise not to freak out. He goes, yeah, I promise. And I go, okay. That girl just told me that her cousin just got shot in the head, like 10 feet away from us. And he starts fucking flipping shit.
Yeah.
Why did you tell him?
Well, because he was confused and it was getting really serious. And then the helicopter starts shining its light right on the fucking car in front of us, right in the car. And then that's the girl that came up to me. And then she fucking peels off, like hops the curb and goes down the alleyway, like over the curb and goes like through an alleyway right by the Chinese theater. And she was fucking gone. Yeah. Now we're sitting in the car. We're freaking out. There's two cars that look like a Camaro. They're like Challengers. So they're like muscle cars. And they're right in front of where the girl was. And then all of a sudden, fucking cops are coming up to both of these cars with their guns drawn right in front of us. It's my car and 2 cars in front of us, and cops are coming up to the car like this on the side of the car and with their guns drawn, and they're pointing it at the car, and they're like, get out of the car, get out of the fucking car. And John starts fucking freaking out. John's like, I mean, I have video. I mean, he starts, I've never seen him freak out, and I'm just like, no fucking way this is happening. Like, it's like we're in the middle of this shit. You know, John, what's going through your mind at this point?
It was kind of bright there still, but then like when the cops came in, like they appeared out of fucking nowhere, man. They were like,
it was like a video game, like they spawned in.
How they draw like the weapons, like they were kind of like pointed at me and Dave too at the same time, like. They
weren't, but the way John probably saw it. And I remember the cops after putting him in cuffs, they took them out of the cuffs and they put him back in the car, and then they let us go. Yeah. And I remember they had to lift the crime scene tape to let our car through because we were in the crime scene, and they had to lift 2 different areas of it because we were in the crime scene, and then there's another tape that like protected the crime scene, and we were right in the middle, so we had to drive under 2 different crime scenes. And I remember we pulled up right next to the guy that got arrested, and he looks at us, and it's like still out of a movie. He goes, "Yo, man, thank God they didn't fucking arrest me. Look at all this coke I have on me." And I'm like to the guy, I'm like, "Yeah, I love coke." Like I'm just in the mood, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, bro, stay out of my live stream." And I'm like, "Fuck!" This dude's live streaming.
Oh my god.
And John's like, at this point, John's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then we drive home, and it was just a fucking crazy trip.
I remember when you guys came home, and you were like, I have the craziest fucking thing that happened to us, and we were all like sitting around the like bonfire or whatever, and Ilya like was laughing so hard that he fell back in his chair, and it was really funny to us. Like we thought it was the fucking greatest thing ever. And you came back and you're like, "Dude, the craziest fucking happened," and we were like, no, like the craziest thing happened to us. And there was just like, your story is not comparable.
John's a fucking suspect in a murder. It was fucking scary.